Hello and welcome back to NT People Operations. Today we're going to be talking about the different types of roles that you can get in the HR department and how you can achieve them roles. So starting off, we've got the backbone of the department, which is the HR administrator. The HR administrator is technically an entry-level role in the HR department. However, a lot of HR administrators do actually go on to do their level 3 CIPD qualification. The HR administrator has a lot of different hats. They do managing records, organising interviews, organising contracts for the successful interviews, a bit of payroll sometimes, general queries, and that sort of thing. So they've got quite a varied role, and as I say, they tend to be the backbone of the department because without our administrators, a lot of the paperwork might not be up to date. So it's really important that we value them quite highly. Moving on from the HR administrator role, we've got the HR advisor role. So a lot of HR advisors actually develop their position from HR administrators. So the HR administrator, depending on the business, may start to get involved a bit more in the employee relation cases. So this is your grievances and your disciplinary hearings. And from that, they'll gain more knowledge, gain more experience, and then they'll naturally develop into a HR advisor. Now, the advisors have to know the compliance, they have to know their employment law as well. A lot of them tend to go on to do the level 5 CIPD. We talked about the level 3 one previously, so that helps as well. Moving on from the operational side of HR, which is your HR advisor and HR administrator, we're going on to the strategic side of HR now, which is your HR business partner. So the HR business partner is a really interesting role. So it's influence your stakeholders, it's using insights such as data to influence decisions as well, matching the business objectives with HR policies and procedures to make sure we're all going in the right direction, which is encouraging engagement of the employees as well. So it's all about making the employer a nice place to work, a place where you're going to get the most out of your employees, so you can push for productivity and you can push to hit them targets as well. Your HR business partner will hold a CIPD level 5, and a lot of HR business partners actually tend to do the level 7 CIPD as well, which focuses more on the strategic side of HR and aligning them business objectives. The next position that we're going to talk about is the HR manager, which can actually differentiate depending on the type of business you're working in. So the typical HR manager will oversee the whole of HR. So that will be your HRBPs, your advisors, your administrators, and anything that falls in between really. And they will offer advice on employee relations cases if it's needed, because they're expected to have great employment law knowledge. They're expected to know everything about compliance, and they do have their say in the strategy as well. So they tend to have a bit more foot in the door when it comes to negotiating with different stakeholders across the business. So that's really good. So they will help out the HRBPs that way as well. Now, I did say it can differentiate between the business that you're working in, because sometimes in standalone roles, the HR business partner will be the sole HR person in that business, and they will be the one influence everyone. However, the typical regime is the HR manager or the head of HR, the HR director, whatever you want to call them. They sit at the top of the tree normally. And yes, a HR manager will be expected to hold a level 7 CIPD or equivalent if they have gone down the university route. That is all we have time for today. If you have any questions about any of the roles discussed, or if you're interested in getting involved in HR and you don't know how, please feel free to leave a comment below, and thank you for watching.